InsideThunder.com. Powered by Wheeler Whitlock Insurance.
Hi, I'm Randy Renner at Chesapeake Energy Arena. A tough night on Wednesday for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They lose to Toronto 103-98 in a game that they led most of the way, led by as many as a dozen points, but it was a difficult fourth quarter. Thunder were outscored by Toronto 30-17. They missed 6 straight shots coming down the stretch, and they fouled Toronto 29 times, sending the Raptors to the free throw line 39 times. The Thunder managed to get there just 14 times. They also turned the ball over 19 times. It all adds up to a very disappointing loss. Thunder head coach Billy Donovan and backup point guard D.J. Augustin talked about it in the locker room afterwards.
Well, I thought it was for us, a tale of two halves. I thought in the first half we had, really good ball movement. We had a high number of assists, but we turned the ball over again in that first half at a very, very high rate. I think we had 14 at the half. And then the second half, it kind of flipped where, we got into fouling too much. We put them to the free throw line. I thought our defense in the first half was very, very good. I thought we struggled defensively in the second half. And certainly we fouled too much and put DeRozan too much to the free throw line. And I thought that was really the difference in the game. I think if you look at our defense, when we didn't foul, we actually did a fairly decent job. Shot it okay from the field and okay from the three-point line, not great. But I thought that the free throw line for us in the second half and then the turnovers in the first half for us kept the game really, really close all the way through.
No field goals in the final 5-13. Just what happened late with the offense?
Well, I actually thought Russell made a couple great plays down the lane and got I thought to the rim, just didn't finish. I know Kevin missed a turnaround baseline jumper there. I think we may have turned it over one time as well. I'm not quite sure. But I thought we had some stuff in around the basket that we just weren't able to finish, draw fouls, get to the free throw line, very much. I don't know how much they necessarily made baskets coming down the stretch as much as they made an enormous amount of free throws. And I thought for us, we weren't able to make baskets or get to the free throw line.
Nick Gallo, OKCThunder.com. Were there some things that you noticed, and you mentioned the defense in the second half, were there some things you noticed that you guys can improve upon just tactically that didn't go quite your way in the second half?
Well, I think we can certainly get a lot more fluid offensively, to what Anthony said, in going small. We had a hard time defensively trying to stay big. When they actually ended up going small, they moved Carroll to the 4 spot and they played small. And then when they played small, we had a hard time. That's kind of when the fouling kind of started, and we went and played small. And I thought, again, Russell and Kevin, I thought, had some plays. Russell in particular, I thought, did a great job getting down the lane. He just had a couple plays that just didn't finish. I thought the other thing that hurt us was I think we fouled twice with no time coming off the clock on side of the bounce. We gave them 4 free throws. Right when the ball came in bounds, we fouled. We fouled the front court player, and I think we fouled DeRozan as well, and put those guys to the free throw line. So that 5-point lead went right down to 1 or 2, whatever it was at that point.
Myron Patton Fox, a couple of things. What did you want DeRozan? What did you try to take away from him? Because he kind of looked like he was really kind of dialed in that fourth quarter. And then 2, the free throws. You only had 2 at the half, 14 for the game. They shot a bunch. Was that just they more aggressive, or something you guys wanted to do?
I mean, I think that I said this, I think, before the game. We've got to get to the free throw line more. I think, trying to get Ennis to post up more, trying to get him down inside to post. Russell's an aggressive driver, and normally he's a really, really good guy getting to the free throw line. He only got there 4 times, but usually he's in the lane, and when he's at the basket, he's usually getting fouled. Kevin, the same thing, but we weren't able to get to the free throw line tonight.
Barry Trum with the Oklahoman. Billy, you stayed big when they went small for a while. It's hard to guard them, but you should get some residue on the offensive end. Why weren't you able to take advantage of your mismatches down the stretch when they were small and you were big?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great point. I think for us, when we got stops and got out on the break, I thought really, really good things happened for us. Again, I think trying to create an identity defensively of getting stops, we had some really, really difficult, mismatches. And, for us offensively, right now, I think Steven continues to get better offensively, and I think he'll be a guy in time that we'll be able to throw the ball to as his confidence continues to gain and grow. I've been really pleased with his progress and the growth that he's made, through preseason. And then I think, when we did get into the lane, I think what they ended up forcing us to do with a bigger lineup is we threw the ball out to the perimeter. I thought Kevin made a great pass across the floor. Got an open three. I thought we had good ball movement there. We just did knock it down. But I think the biggest problem was we were getting caught cross-matched where we had some really difficult matchups.
Billy, Kevin just had 2 shots in the fourth quarter, and obviously you don't want to be predictable. That's a big focus for you guys. Where's the balance in, trying to make sure everybody else is involved in the game, but you still want to, get number 35?
Well, I mean, he scored 27 points. I thought he played the right way tonight. He had some assists. He made the extra pass. He, got 18 shots. I thought he was really, really efficient. But, the other thing, too, is, even the shot he got, they're sending 2 people at him, and I think I give Kevin a lot of credit because I do think he plays the right way. And then sometimes, we were trying to trap DeRozan on pick and roll, and we never got it accomplished one time there in the fourth quarter. That was a problem, and they did a very, very good job, I thought, bringing backside help on Kevin, bringing 2 people to Kevin. And sometimes you got to pass the basketball. I mean, you can't. I just don't think with the players that we have on our team, I don't think you want to shoot out of double teams, and I think I said to you before the game, to me, it's the quality of shots you get. It's not going to always be Kevin, and if they're going to, Russell was out top, they ran 2 people at him, he had to call timeout. So I thought Kevin played the right way and did a good job, and certainly we need to find ways to keep him involved and do some things to continually get him shots, but when they do bring 2 people to him, I think he is a willing passer. I think it's a good thing for our team instead of him feeling this load. Because the other question would be, geez, Kevin went 0 for 6 coming down the stretch, and he had 2 guys hanging on him. Those are shots you want him taking. So it's a catch-22. My biggest thing is I think Kevin really plays the right way, and I really appreciate the way he plays.
You mentioned the turnovers. You only had 5 in the second half. Is that just them maybe paying more attention to detail? Well,
I think those guys, they give them credit. We talked about it at halftime, and they came out and made those corrections. And we really talked about trying to sustain our defense in the second half. And I thought, for the most part, when we made them shoot the basketball, we did a pretty good job defensively. But then again, we fouled way too much.
How were they able to crawl back in and get this one?
Just too many turnovers. Myself, we didn't get stops at the end, and they just played harder than us tonight, and that was the outcome.
Some of these things, growing pains, I know it's got to be frustrating, but can you give yourself some time learning a new system?
Yeah, we got a lot of games to go. Just got to keep fighting, keep playing together, and just stay together, in times like this. And we have another game tomorrow, so we got to put this one behind us.
No field goals in the last, I think it was 5 minutes, 13 seconds. Seemed like most of the looks were good. Did you like what you guys were doing late, or you just missing shots?
Yeah, just missing shots, but at the same time, we can't rely on our offense. We got to play good defense, and that'll bring good offense. So, like I said, at the end of the day, it was our turnovers and our defense that lost this game for us.
Was it fouling?
Well, a lot of fouling. Also, we put them on the line a lot. We didn't get to the line a lot, so there's a lot of stuff that we didn't do well tonight, but we could build off of it and play well tomorrow.
Were there some things you noticed in the first half versus the second half defensively that you wanted to do, or that you did in the first half that you maybe didn't do in the second half defensively as a group?
I think we didn't communicate well tonight. First half we didn't. I think we was playing pretty hard. We got stops. We started off pretty good, but second half they just got to the basket too easy. DeMar DeRozan, he did whatever he wanted to do, and we didn't help each other.
Kevin only got 2 shots in the fourth. Did they scheme him out with double teams, or do you guys need to get him more involved?
I think we just got to keep playing together like we're doing. Obviously Kevin and Russell draw a lot of attention, so they, like you said, they were doubling him, they were doubling Russell. So the rest of the team have to be ready to knock down shots when we open and play together.
Another tough opponent tomorrow night in the Bulls. What are going to be some keys against them?
Come out and play harder than them. They just lost by a lot of points, so I know they're going to be fired up to play us, and we have to come with that same energy and, try to hit them first.
D.J. Augustin and Billy Donovan before him. Thunder now will take a 3-2 record into Chicago for their game with the Bulls. They're coming off a blowout loss, so Chicago will be looking to bounce back against the Thunder. The Thunder also looking to bounce back after now 2 straight losses after starting the season 3-0. We'll keep you updated right here on InsideThunder.com.